Further ado, Ali, please come on up. He's going to talk about all things creator economy, YouTube, and yeah, man, good luck.
Thank you very much. Hello, can everyone hear me? Fantastic, wonderful. Thank you so much for having me here. It's lovely to be here in the United States for the very first time. I wanted to talk about what is my specialist subject, which is growth hacks as it relates to YouTube, but I actually think the growth hacks as it relates to YouTube can be applied to content across the board. And I wish I could draw some diagrams, but I wasn't quite prepared enough to have a PowerPoint, so I'm going to try and describe things. So you're going to have to imagine things in your mind's eye. Let's start with a little bit of a history lesson on the YouTube algorithm and how it's evolved over time, because understanding this will also help you understand how social media algorithms in general have also evolved over time. So back in the day, YouTube, as a fledgling company, it's like early 2010s kind of thing, and the algorithm starts to become a thing that people start talking about. And the main thing that the algorithm optimizes for initially is clicks. Videos pop off if they get lots of people clicking on them. And that results in, and I think an interesting thing here is like how changes to the algorithm change human incentives and human behavior, and how that changes the content that's on the platform, and it changes what we do in our businesses. So it's all about clicks. And that means you get the rise of, quote, clickbait. It means you get stuff like people putting bikini models on like a thumbnail of a video, hoping that'll get clicks. It creates a rise in very sensational titles and people clicking on the thing, and then people got clickbaited into the content because ultimately a video performs better if loads of people click on it. But this was a problem for YouTube because they realized, hang on, we're getting all this shitty content on the platform that we actually don't want because of this incentivizing clicks. And so within the next few years, the algorithm transforms into being all about watch time. If someone watches a video for a long time, that's a signal to the algorithm that, hey, this person is enjoying the video. And so clickbait kind of goes away, because if someone clicks on a video and it's not, in fact, a video of a bikini model that they clicked on, they're going to click off the video immediately. And so it's going to be they watch the video for 2 seconds, and that is a really bad signal to the algorithm. It says that this video sucks, and therefore removes that kind of behavior. But instead, what that incentivizes is really long videos where people don't get to the point. They spend ages absolutely rambling. There's the meta game of YouTube is make videos that are longer and longer. And YouTube realizes this is probably bad. This is not the kind of behavior that we want. And so within the last few years, the place that the algorithm has evolved into is viewer satisfaction. So the algorithm is now looking at signals of like likes and comments, but also you might have seen on the YouTube app on your phone, you get those little surveys that pop up every now and then. Did you enjoy this video? How did this video make you feel? And YouTube serves those to 0.1% of the audience of a video, and will use that to figure out viewer satisfaction. So overall, we're in a place right now where the way the algorithm works, at least on YouTube, is it will look at how many people clicked on the video compared to the people that saw it, so the thumbnail click-through rate. And then of the people that clicked on the video, how many of them, how long did they watch the video for? Whatever percentage that might be. And then of those that watched the video for a certain amount of time, how satisfied were they with the video? What was their kind of behavior on the platform? And when it comes to watch time, the other thing it's looking at is how long did this video keep someone on YouTube? If someone watches your video and then watches another one and another one, that's a great signal for the algorithm, because it means that person is so satisfied with your content that A, they're watching more of it, and B, they're staying on YouTube for longer. So YouTube is able to serve them more ads, and then life is good for YouTube, life is good for the creator, and that's what causes people to go viral on YouTube, if you can get people into a binge loop of your own content. So that is how YouTube as a kind of an algorithm works. And so when it comes to growth hacking content, we can keep those 3 things in mind. We need people to click on the thing, we need people to watch critical mass of the thing, and we ideally want people to leave the thing feeling satisfied. So what does this mean? What does this mean for us? What this means for us is that there is ridiculously disproportionate value in spending a lot of your effort on the title and the thumbnail and the first 30 seconds of the video. The title, the thumbnail, and the hook. So in our YouTube production process, I have a team of 13 people now, been making these videos for 6 years. We have streamlined a production process. Imagine a Kanban board. We're going to say that this is like a Kanban board, and you've got like different bits along the Kanban board. And I'm going to try and illustrate how a video goes from an idea to through the production process through the Kanban board. So it starts over here. It's just an idea. For example, someone throw me out an idea for a video, a rough idea for a video. Anyone? How to optimize sleep. Sorry? How to optimize your sleep. Okay, cool. That's a nice one. Blowing up helicopters, optimizing sleep. It's the same kind of stuff. So let's think, like I'm thinking, okay, I've got a personal development channel. I want to do a video about how to optimize your sleep. So in my idea system, it's how to optimize your sleep. So that's where the idea lives, how to optimize your sleep. The next step along the Kanban board, we have needs. TH means title, thumbnail, hook. So I look at the idea, and then I move it along into the needs, title, thumbnail, hook column, where one of my team members lives. He spends all his time in the needs, title, thumbnail, hook column. Now, what my team member is, he's saying, okay, cool. We've got an idea about a video about how to optimize sleep. It's probably going to do reasonably well for our audience, but we need a better title, because how to optimize your sleep is like a Huberman Lab podcast title, might do well for him, but it's not really going to do with our audience, which is a bit more mainstream. And so how do we do that? So what this guy's doing, his name's Tintin, he's going on YouTube, he's typing in how to optimize your sleep, and he's looking at all of the other videos that have done well. And he sees a video being like, oh, where the title is, Why You're Always Tired. And that video's got 2 million views. And he's, 2 million views. That's a lot of views on that video. He looks at the channel that created the video. Shit, that channel only has 100,000 subscribers. In his mind, that is a huge green flag. Because if a channel has 100,000 subscribers, you should expect to get about 20% of your view count, 20% of your subscriber count as views. So a channel with 100K subs, you would expect 20,000 views. This video's got 2 million views. Shit, that means there is something about this video, something about the title and thumbnail of this video, which is so good that loads of people are clicking on that video. So he's like, all right, cool. He's spending all his time, he's spending like 20 minutes just searching through YouTube thinking, what is a way we can frame this video on how to optimize sleep? And so maybe he comes up with, let's steal a little bit of that one, let's steal a little bit of that one. Let's call the title, Why You're Always Tired, hyphen, like dash, how to optimize your sleep, because that seems to be doing well. And then he's looking at the thumbnails. He's saying, okay, of all these videos on YouTube, thinking about viewer to subscriber ratio, what's the thumbnail for this video going to be? And he sees like a thumbnail of someone like this. He sees like a before and after of someone with their eyes closed and their eyes wide open. And he sees that, okay, maybe something like that will do well. And so he's brainstorming the titles. He's drafting out thumbnails in Canva or Photoshop. We use Canva because it's easy. And then he's creating a hook for the video. It's, okay, cool. The title is going to be Why You're Always Tired, How to Optimize Your Sleep. The thumbnail is going to be a split screen, me with my eyes closed, me with my eyes open, and maybe we're ramping up the vibrance on the second half of the image so it pops a bit more, and like grayscaling the first half of the image so it looks like a bit more like dramatic and stuff. And then the hook is the first 30 seconds, where he's, okay, cool. So when someone clicks on the title and thumbnail, they have an expectation, and we need to deliver on that promise. We need to tell them they're going to get exactly what they clicked on when they hit the video. So we need to say very quickly that this video is going to teach you why you're always tired. And so maybe the hook is something like, if you're feeling like you're always tired, then you're not alone. Studies show that 84% of Americans report feeling tired more than 80% of the time. And that is really bad. But actually, in this video, I'm going to teach you some surprising science-backed techniques that you can use to optimize your sleep. Let's go for it. So my team member is spending an hour or two just on this one video before we've even thought about writing the video, before it's got anywhere near filming, just writing the title, coming up with a bunch of ideas, figuring out what the thumbnail is going to be, and writing the hook. Because that is where me as the creator, or you guys as the business owners, you don't want to be spending your time doing that. Bit of a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. It causes a lot, it creates a lot of value for the business, but it's not where your own unique insights are. So have a team member or have part of your process, title, thumbnail, hook, because any amount of time and effort spent there has disproportionate value, given that people need to click on your video, and if they don't click on the video, they're not going to watch it. And then people need to get through the first 30 seconds, because if they don't get through the first 30 seconds, there's zero chance they're going to watch the rest of the video. And a view on YouTube, as far as I know, registers after the first 30 seconds. Anyway, so back to our Kanban board. Idea generation, needs, title, thumbnail, hook. Then there is a sort of Ali approval column, where anytime titles, thumbnails, and hooks are ready, I see it in my little Kanban board. We use ClickUp. We used to use Notion, lol. And I decide, okay, is this sufficiently interesting? And then, if I've approved it, it goes into the writing column. Now this video needs to actually be written. Personally, I consider myself a bit of a teacher. I enjoy synthesizing knowledge. I enjoy reading scientific papers. I interviewed a sleep expert on my podcast. So I know in my head what I want to say about optimizing sleep. But if I wasn't that sort of person, this is where I might bring in researchers to think, okay, we've got the title, thumbnail, and hook. Now we just need to deliver on that. It's like in marketing. You make the offer first, and you try and make the offer as amazing as you can. And then you worry about delivering on the offer and stuff once you've built the offer. Because everything is downstream of lead generation. Similarly with YouTube, everything is downstream of title, thumbnail, hook. No one gives a fuck about what happens in the second half of the video unless the title, the thumbnail, and the hook is good. So if there's one thing you take away from this presentation, really spend all your time on title, thumbnail, and the first 30 seconds. Spend 10% of your time on the rest of the video, because that's how much the first 30 seconds matters compared to all the rest. Anyway, I'm now writing this video. I've got an interview from my podcast, interviewed a sleep expert who wrote a book called Lifetime about circadian rhythms, and I'm crafting this a bit of a narrative around how to optimize sleep. And then I film this video, I talk to the camera, it takes me maybe 40 minutes to film a video that's ultimately going to be 20 minutes because of all the mistakes and stuff along the way. And then it gets uploaded to Google Drive. Then it needs editing, where the editors edit the video. And then it gets approved by the same guy that was doing the title, thumbnail, hook. He is the first reviewer of the video, and now he's going through and just making sure that everything's legit. Is there anything we can cut out of the video? Because generally, these days, you want the video to be as short as it needs to be, but no shorter. And generally, repetition, here's another growth hack. If you're ever repeating yourself in online content, you should just cut out the bit that you've repeated. Because in real life, when you're teaching, when you're doing a talk, repetition is good. But on the internet, repetition is like the worst thing ever. As soon as someone feels as if they've already heard something before, they become switched off of it. Because the dopamine hits that we get in our brain, we get from novelty and surprise and new stuff, rather than in conclusion, ... or as I've just said, blah, 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 or in summary, blah, 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 blah. But in a talk like this, you want to summarize as you go along. So he's reviewing the edit. Then we splash a sponsor in there if we feel like it, or plug one of our marketing funnels if we feel like it, or whatever. And then it gets scheduled to be published on the channel. And what we have is an endless idea database where loads of ideas are coming into the system at this stage in the idea generation. We have me constantly dragging ideas into needs, title, thumbnail, and hook, because that's the most important thing. And literally a full-time team member whose only job it is to just basically live in that column and manage the editing pipeline, so I don't have to do it myself. Then it's only when we have a compelling title and a compelling thumbnail and a compelling hook that I will even entertain the idea of even beginning to come close to writing this video. And I've talked about this process when it comes to YouTube and longer form YouTube content. But in general, you can apply the same principle on short form content as well. With short form content, the title and thumbnail matters a lot less, because generally with TikTok, with YouTube Shorts, and with Instagram Reels, people see it with vertical scrolling. So they're not, generally people are not clicking on a channel or an Instagram page, scrolling through and seeing, I wonder what Instagram Reels this person has done. They're just scrolling. What that means is that title and thumbnail are broadly irrelevant, except maybe in YouTube Shorts where title does sometimes matter, but basically irrelevant. The most important thing there is the hook. Every single person who is blown up on TikTok or Instagram Reels says it's really all about the first 2 seconds. You need to hook their attention in the first 2 seconds because that will keep them watching. And the way these algorithms work is that they serve a video to a percentage of the person's subscriber base or whatever, and they see how that video is performing. And if, let's say, people are watching 10 seconds out of a 20-second video, great, 50% average view duration, that is fantastic. It's going to then, that video is more likely to go viral. But if people are not being hooked by the first 2 seconds, then no one's going to be watching that video. So hook is basically on YouTube, long form, it's about the title and the thumbnail as the thing that gets people in. That is your lead generation. That is your $100 million offer. But on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts, it's more about the first 2 or 3 seconds of the video. That is your lead generation. That's your $100 million offer. And then hopefully you deliver on the value of that. People watch the video, they feel satisfied at the end, and in a dream world, they would then consume more and more of your stuff. So the final thing I want to end with is kind of on YouTube, you might often hear videos being like, hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button for the algorithm, do hit the subscribe button, and all of that crap. That's the worst way to end a video. It used to be a good way to end a video back in 2012, back when the algorithm was less sophisticated, back when viewers were less sophisticated. But everyone knows about YouTube now, and as soon as you even give people a hint that your video is about to end, they're going to disengage, the dopamine firing in their brain is going to switch off, and they're going to leave the video. Instead, what you want to do is you want them to not even realize that the video is over. So you want to be like, for example, all right, we've talked about how to optimize your sleep, but actually one thing you didn't know is that sleep starts from the night before. So check out this video over here about my nighttime routine, and I'll see you there. And that's how you end the video. You want people to be clicking on that video before they even realize the video is over. As soon as they get any whiff, any indication at all that the video is about to come to an end, suddenly they don't give a shit anymore, and now you've lost that particular viewer. And if you can tie people into a loop of your content, then they're going to binge your content, and that's going to be fantastic. So if you want to hear more about growth hacking your business, check out this next talk, which is coming right up.